Hey guys, as you probably know, we have a podcast. It's called The Car Debate. It's every Tuesday and Friday. And we help listeners find cars they'll really love, and we answer your questions.
Yeah.
Along the way, one of the most common questions we're getting now is when we're doing this research, how are we finding these cars we recommend?
Recently, we've been using a news site called Autotempest.com. They're sponsoring a few of our videos to help get the word out.
Autotempest is a website where you can search all the top used car sites at once. You just type your search in one time, you find listings from Cars.com, eBay, and many, many more. You can even compare results on AutoTrader and all of Craigslist.
There you go. Now you know what we're using. Go to Autotempest.com or find the link in the description. On with the show.
If you saw our film Pilgrimage, you've seen us drive on the Ring and Spa quite a bit, but we're back as part of this year's pilgrimage trip. We brought a bunch of people with us, and here we are in some cars getting to drive the Ring again. Any day you get to drive the Ring is a good day. We are in the M235, which we also drove on Spa during this trip. And we're having one of those interesting moments in the show. One of the reasons Paul and I like making the show together is the times when we completely disagree on a car and an experience.
We started out with 4 laps in the M4, which turns out I really liked. Now, it is an understeery pig in a lot of the corners, but it really handles speed and covers ground quickly, and it's planted enough with suspension and brakes and certainly power.
It's an incredibly quick car. But from the moment I got it on the Ring, I was struck by the fact that it just felt too big. So we went back and we had a strange conversation with the guys at RSR that essentially said, can you give me a smaller, slightly slower car, which is this M235i, which I then went out, did laps, and loved. And I can chuck it around and feel like I'm using the whole car.
But it jumps around too much for me here. And right here, I just feel like I'm not getting enough grip on track. I want more, and the M4 feels more planted.
The light, agile, slightly jittery nature of this M235i just speaks to me. I can get a sense that I know what's going on with the car and the weight shift. All of that was stuff Paul hated. Only good visibility of the entire track, but there's a trick here. You've got to get right over this crest. You seen that Magan tumbling? He didn't get right. He didn't know what he was getting into.
Of course, they tell you it's just track day. Nobody's really racing, right? Right. Here we are, down in the foxhole, bottom of the compression right now.
One of the hardest things about being here is watching your mirrors enough to give people space. Come on, guys, you're all big dogs. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Act like it. Come on. There you go. I'm on your ass.
Ooh, I feel the back stepping out a little bit. Okay, that is actually fun. Maybe I need to drive the car harder to get enjoyment out of this car. And it's a car and a chassis that I love. You know that.
Nice to chase a GT4 for a bit. Feel like I'm not completely lost in the woods. Of course, it is the Ring. I am kind of lost in the woods. I wish we were in an M2 right now, I must admit. That was unfortunately booked, but our friends at RSR here at the Nürburgring and at Spa have been amazing to us, getting us into great cars, getting us awesome instruction for the guys that came along. It's been a wonderful trip. In fact, almost all of them have said to me that it has exceeded their expectations, which is wonderful to hear. All right, here's the fun. Carousel, let's get in there, come on. See, this chassis is playful. And the M4, I felt like I was driving a house by comparison. This is so much better for me.
Diving in. This car is incredibly fun. Any car is incredibly fun on the Ring, right? There's just so much undulation. I just think the M4 is better suited for this track, even though it understeers. This car feels frantic, and by that I mean too frantic for this track. There's so many corners, and the track undulations are so hectic. It needs some stability. It needs to be smoothed out here.
So one of the cool things about this day, one of the many cool things, is this is an open pit lane day. Full front straight right here. You can take the full front straight, full out. I got 260 something in the M4. This little M235i is not far behind. There's 240 going by. Before we come back next year, we got to figure out where the GT3 dispenser is hidden, because everybody seems to have one. And I figure if they're giving them out, sure, I'll take a GT3. Blunchin, YouTube Corner. Let's only do things that are worthy of our own YouTube channel, not anyone else's. Oh look, a GT3 behind me.
Look at the hot stuff. I've got a TVR ahead of me. When do you see those? Evo coming through. Did the Touristenfahrten start? Did TF start already? Because damn, this is nuts.
Since this is an open track day and not Touristenfahrten, or TF as they call it around here, there's not nearly as much traffic as you can have. But you just can't get away from it. There's always traffic here. And you find these little pockets like this where you haven't had some for a while, and then you come around a corner and here's a bunch of folks struggling along.
Either that GT3 isn't being driven very hard, or suddenly I'm a wizard, because why am I keeping up with a GT3 in this car? That shouldn't be possible. I think the biggest thing is I want something more out of this car on the track. It's the way the car settles itself through everything here. Just not confidence inspiring.
Better, better. Braking before and a little bit after. We're through. Hello, sir. You there? You good for me? Stay. Stay, sir. Thank you.
So the ring is fast, but it upsets cars so much. That's why manufacturers, of course, come to test here. But at no time on the track did I ever feel like, oh, this car is planted. It's just dancing on its tiptoes. And maybe that's the feeling Todd likes, but I like to know the solid feeling. I like to be planted through the corners every single time.
But the big M4 was kind of a pig, honestly, and it felt big. Fast is fun, but felt really, really big.
You simply must come here and try this. It's loads of fun.
The general rule here is whatever car you have on the ring, probably better than not being on the ring. That's actually a truth of life right there. I pass that on to you.
I must have a GT3. This is not a want any longer. It's a need.
Luckily for Paul, we are going back this September to look for that GT3 dispenser. We hope to go every year, and we hope one year you'll join us.